Today's video begins with a Russian soldier walking alone along a narrow forest path. A reconnaissance drone spots him from above, silent, patient, tracking every move. Moments later, coordinates are sent and an FPV drone launches toward his position. The faint whine of its engine cuts through the still forest air, growing louder each second. Realizing he's been detected, the soldier starts running, breaking out of the trees and into an open field. He glances back, trying to see where it's coming from, then throws himself toward a line of thin trees, hoping to disappear behind them. But the drone adjusts its angle, closing in with precision. Each passing second feels stretched, heavy with inevitability. And then, a sharp flash, a burst of silence, another precise strike from the sky. Flying low along the dirt road, the FPV drone suddenly spots a group of Russian soldiers walking straight toward it. There's no hesitation. The pilot locks on instantly. The soldiers notice it too late, only turning their heads as the drone dives in. A sharp flash follows. No time to react, no chance to run. Two Russian soldiers are seen walking slowly across an open field, unaware, unhurried, their rifles hanging low. From behind, high above the tree line, an FPV drone is already closing in. The pilot keeps it steady, watching them move through the grass step by step. They don't look back, not once. The sound of the approaching motor mixes with the wind, still too faint to raise suspicion. In the final seconds, the drone drops lower, locking on to the rear soldier. He keeps walking, unaware that death is already behind him. A direct hit lands straight into his backpack, precise, final, and silent after impact. The first soldier freezes, turns around too late. Another quiet moment on a battlefield where nothing remains unseen. It's early morning. The light is pale and cold, stretching across the quiet fields. A Ukrainian Special Forces unit moves through enemy ground with calm precision. Their steps are measured, their eyes focused. No words, no noise. The air still carries the chill of the night, and every sound feels louder than it should. They work in rhythm, methodical and silent, guided only by routine and trust. The task is simple, but never safe. Set the traps, cover the path, disappear before anyone knows they were here. Hands move steadily, wire, charge, soil, pressed down again as if untouched. Somewhere far away, artillery murmurs like distant thunder, but here the silence holds firm. No chaos, no rush, only concentration and control. When it's done, they withdraw the same way they came, step by step through the morning mist. No one speaks. Another mission finished before the sun rises high, unseen, precise, and necessary. A Leopard tank advances along the road, its tracks rattling against the asphalt. Ahead, an FPV drone lies motionless, another trap left by Russian troops. The tank holds its course. Steel grinds over metal and wires, crushing them flat. A flash bursts beneath the hull, short, sharp, gone in an instant. The engine roars on, and the tank moves forward, calm, steady, unstoppable. An FPV drone locks on to a running Russian soldier. He tries to sprint across the open ground, glancing back in panic, but the drone closes in fast. A direct hit follows, sudden and final. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like to support the work and help it grow. Your feedback keeps this project active and allows us to keep publishing new material. Every reaction matters. It helps the channel stay visible and continue its work. New videos appear every other day. This is Warkrieg. Ukrainian Special Forces move through the outer edge of the combat zone at a steady, silent pace. Communication is minimal, brief hand signs, single words, short nods. Their route threads between shattered walls and collapsed fences, using cover where it still exists. Open gaps are crossed quickly, then the team folds back into shadow. Each soldier holds a narrow sector and scans it methodically. Window lines, roof edges, corners that could hide a muzzle. The morning air is dense with fine dust. Footsteps sound flat against concrete and broken glass. No rush, no pause without cause, just a controlled rhythm of advance. A rear man marks the previous segment. The lead quietly marks the next. The team avoids predictable silhouettes. No lingering in doorways, no skyline exposure on ridges. Courtyards are checked by depth, then by height. Alleys are cleared by angle, not by speed. Short halts are used to resync spacing and confirm the next waypoint. A distant burst of small arms fire rolls across the district and fades. They do not alter the tempo. The task at this stage is movement and placement. Reach the designated sector, maintain concealment, preserve initiative. One by one, they pass a narrow lane and reform behind a broken wall. From here, the approach continues toward a stronger position, closer to contact, still under control. Discipline holds. The line stays quiet. The route remains intact. The unit holds position inside a damaged building near the front line. Every sound carries through the hollow rooms, the creak of the floor, the hum of wind through shattered walls. They move with quiet coordination, using hand signals instead of words. From the upper floor, the view opens toward a line of broken windows. The enemy is there. The order comes in calmly, without tension. A soldier braces his launcher against the window frame, adjusts his sight, and fires. The rocket cuts across the street, striking the far building in a flash of dust and flame. For a second, everything goes still. Then another shot, slower, deliberate, echoing through the ruins. They wait for an answer, but the silence holds. Fragments fall from the ceiling. The air smells of smoke and plaster. The team shifts position, changing angle and cover. They move as one, focused, controlled, without noise. Every movement has a purpose. Every second is used. No unnecessary words, no wasted motion. Find the target, fire, relocate. It's a rhythm they know by heart. When the signal to withdraw arrives, they step back through the corridor, their footsteps fading behind the crumbling walls. Outside, the air feels colder, cleaner. Smoke still drifts between buildings, marking the line they've just held. The city exhales slowly, as if waiting for what comes next. After completing the task, the team begins to move back through the ruins. They leave the position quietly, step by step, checking every corner they once passed. The city feels empty, but everyone knows it never truly is. The sound of their boots blends with the wind and the echo of distant engines. They move in small groups, covering each other from building to building. Every movement is deliberate, no rush, no words, just routine. Through damaged yards and broken stairways, they return the same way they came. Short pauses mark each transition, confirming that the area is clear. Discipline replaces noise. Control replaces speed. They know how easily silence can turn into contact. One man stops, raises his weapon for a moment, scanning the upper floors ahead. Nothing moves. A sign from the commander, continue. The group slips past an alley where smoke still hangs from the earlier strikes. Their rhythm stays steady, mechanical but human, trained and calm. By the time they reach the outer edge of the block, the tension starts to fade. They regroup, checking gear and ammunition, then slow their pace. The sound of metal buckles and the rustle of straps fill the air. Someone takes a deep breath, the first in minutes. For a brief moment, there's peace, not safety, but a pause. Then they continue toward the extraction point, quiet, intact, and unseen. The unit begins its final withdrawal from the area. They move through the silent streets, their pace calm but alert. Every shadow is checked, every corner scanned before passing. The ground is covered with fragments of brick and glass, crunching under their boots. No talking, only short signals, the quiet rhythm of trained movement. They pass burnt vehicles and collapsed fences, heading toward the edge of the town. The smoke above still drifts slowly, fading with the wind. A brief halt follows, time to regroup, drink, and check directions once more. One man looks back. The path they came from is empty now. Step by step, the team moves farther from the fight, until the echoes of battle are only faint vibrations in the air. In a nearby building, they secure a room, a temporary shelter. Inside, an enemy soldier stands facing the wall, hands raised, motionless. The air smells of dust and metal. A soldier approaches, checks him for weapons, removes his gear, and steps back. The rest stand guard, calm and silent, watching doors and windows. The atmosphere is heavy, procedural, precise. When the inspection ends, no words are spoken. The team gathers their things, prepares to move again. Outside, the light has changed, softer, colder, and the street ahead is once more quiet. The operation is over. The team leaves the area, disappearing into the distance as the sound of engines fades. Only dust and silence remain where the fight once echoed. Another mission completed, another trace written into this long war. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like to support the work. New videos appear every other day. This is War Krieg.